What's up, everyone? Welcome back. I am headed down to the shop to continue progress on our 1984 Ford LTD Dragon Drive, Super Sleeper, Street Machine, Burnout Machine, ice cream getting for the kids machine, whatever, you know. And hopefully today we'll get the tube front end all. We got a few welds we got to finish the welds up, grind some stuff down, sand some stuff down, and do the whole painting thing. And hopefully it turns out good. So we're about to go in here and jump on this thing with both feet and get this thing done, because you know we need the painting done, that way we can get the wiring done, and just the paint's got to be done before anything else can be mounted to the car or anything like that. We're kind of made it to that stage, so let's go in here, get started, and we'll start ripping this thing apart. So after building this thing, and really after tearing it apart, like if you're watching this stuff, you know, it's definitely not real time right now. We're time lapsing our life away, but it did go pretty fast. These tube front ends just, I mean, when you build them custom, you can put fasteners where you want it to be. You can make it to where, you know, you can get a ratchet on it or a impact on everything if you want to. It's just, I don't know, you can just make it like you want to. Like I said, it just really works out good. And here we are. I just, the reason I talked about cleaning up some welds earlier, you know, I'd done, all this stuff was pretty much welded on the front side only whenever I mounted everything. I just didn't really, you know, I didn't like weld something, pull it off, completely finish weld it, and then put it back on. Like, I just, you know, took it in baby steps. So here we are just kind of finishing a few little welds up here and there. And this sanding, just used the little old palm sander for it. And while I was editing this video, I thought, like, you know, anybody that don't film theirself, you know, I never did in the past, and because it was just, I don't know, more aggravating than it was worth. I thought, if you don't want to film yourself, just go down there and, like, just when you're working on your car, set a time lapse up on whatever you're doing. It's super cool to go back and watch it, because if you watch, you can just kind of watch this metal turn from rusty, where it's been sitting for a month, you know, out in a shop that does not have a dehumidifier in it or nothing, to nice and shiny. And here we're fixing to get paint, and it's just super cool watching it. And so I got this thing good and taped off and started spray bombing away. Well, actually, right now I'm just wiping my life away. If it looks like I wiped it 1,000 times, it's because I did. I cleaned it twice with some degreaser, and then I tack ragged it off. Used a tack rag. Cal Blue is the brand, I think, and those things work awesome. They even get like grit and stuff off. I mean, they're good for cleaning and all. So at this point, we've went from fab shop to paint shop. Hopefully next is going to be wiring, you know, shop. Let me show y'all what we've got with the paint so far. So originally, I was just going to kind of dust this whole area here, kind of from here. The strut tire was forwards pretty much. And that escalated pretty quickly into got back here and looking at the firewall, and I'm like, you know, this thing's looking kind of crusty, kind of right in here and right in there, and kind of, well, everywhere really. So we went ahead and dusted it, and this proportioning valve, you know, it's OEM equipment, 1984. Been sitting out in the elements since then. It probably looked nice back then, but didn't look nice now, so we went ahead and, you know, gave it a little spritz. And let's see, I think that's about it on this thing. Let me show y'all what we've got going on in the outside paint booth. Oh, up into the wall. We've got the safety latch bracket, hood popper, hood propper hanging right there, and the hardware that holds all that stuff in. Let me see what else we've done here. Oh yeah, we got the turbine housing painted. We used a high heat Rust-Oleum. Resist heat up to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't know what that is for all you metric folks. Right here somewhere, I'm not going to read it out to you, but you know, it shows a grill on the front, and it clearly says do not use on grills or anywhere that may see open flame or food. That's pretty good, pretty slick advertisement there, Rust-Oleum. And I've got this stuff all spread out, guys, because I don't really know. I'm all over the place. So this is our Chira, or bearing housing for the turbo, whatever you want to call it. Got it nice and VHT'd, or, oh, I'm sorry, high temped up, not VHT'd. And got all these little, people always, you know, poke fun at me about hoarding everything. Like, I'll walk through the junkyard and I'll pull fuses out of vehicles, relays, body clips, little stuff like that, you know, and usually they'll give it to you for like $5 or may not even charge you, you know. Sometimes they just say, I'll just take it, you know. And what I'm getting at is, it is just so much nicer than having a nut on every single one of these locations, you know, where we can just zip them on and off, and if they ever break, throw a handful in a dash, you know, and pop another one back on. A lot easier than a nut rolling off and having to scrounge for it and find it, you know. It's kind of just one of the things I like to keep around, the little body clips, you know. But that's enough rambling right now. Let's get all the hardware finished up painting and let this paint cure out and throw this bad boy back together so we can kind of see the finished-ish product. We do got the Vice Grip Garage, what's it called? Patina preserver on the way. Can't wait to put that stuff on the outside. I'm ready to see how it's going to look. Don't know yet if I'm going to pull all the aluminum trim off, you know, but I don't know. Kind of just may tape it up and see how it goes, may pull it off, and you know, I'm overthinking it as usual. Anyway, that's enough rambling. I'll get this thing through back together and show y'all the finished product. So I really intended on this time lapse to be a lot longer and to show y'all a lot more getting done. But really and honestly, I explain it here in just a few minutes. I just couldn't really go much further than this. So we do get the turbo kit put back on, and finally, like, everything with that thing is done. The only thing I didn't weld in or do was put a back pressure sensor in right now, but we'll come back at a later date and do that. Well, I failed you guys once again. I didn't do the whole time lapse thing, you know. And reason being is because I really couldn't, you know, I said I was going to show you the finished product. I really couldn't show you that. And reason being is, I didn't really think about it until after I told you that I've still got to wire this thing. And stuff's got to run all through here, all through over there, and I don't want to be up under the fender wells trying to fish it through, so I'm just leaving the fenders off. And so right now, we're going to end this video off with showing y'all what all we got done since, you know, I told you I was going to time lapse and all that. But let me jump in and show you real quick. So, starting from the top, we went ahead and mounted our fuel pressure regulator. That's just a PQY fuel pressure regulator. I don't know that it's going to bypass enough for that Magna fuel. I'm not real confident. I did. There's a little modification you can do. You can drill the bypass out in it, and I drilled it out to a 1/4 inch hole. It probably had, I don't know, 3/16 hole in it for bypassing before. I drilled it out, and that's about as big as you can go. And I've got a -8. You can't really see it. Well, yeah, you can. I've got a -8 or 1/2 inch return instead of the -6. So that'll help some. I do have my return fuel lines going up to it. I'll be doing a 90-degree fitting right here coming in the back side. I'm running a 10 AN from the tank to the pump, the discharge of the pump, up to a Y to a dual 8 right here. And then we'll return with an 8. And we've also kind of got our cold side piping right here figured out on the discharge side of our intercooler. We, if you can see right here, this right here is where our blow-off valve is going to mount. It's going to mount right there, kind of hid and out of the way of everything. I'll be able to should be able to run the plastic 1/4 inch push lock stuff up through here, up under the intake. And that's another thing we've got to do. Next video we'll be doing sensors, I think that's what we'll be doing on the next video. We've got a T into stuff back here, put a T right there, run it up to boost reference for the regulator, run it over to where the map sensor is going to be, you know, relocated over there, over here, somewhere on this firewall. And oh yeah, I don't know if I showed y'all this already, but I got cold brackets made. The BTR ones are like 140 bucks by the time you pay shipping, and they are probably much better than some 11 gauge or 14 gauge sheet metal. But these are going to do just fine. These are just little old poly spacers that I got from a local supply, all stainless hardware. And one thing I do kind of like about these custom ones is I was able to, you know, just build it like I wanted to. And these are pretty in line with spark plugs if you look. So I know I can use truck length wires or whatever, you know. And should be able to tuck my wires, the coil wiring right up under here. If not, I'll run it kind of back there. There's a bukus of room back there. It's definitely not like doing an S10. And not knocking you S10 guys, I've built a few of them, they're just not for me. They're very, very tight, unless you go like a full tube chassis deal. We got this all mocked up. I did have to make a piece here, and like I said, over there, because the silicone 45s and stuff just wasn't gonna cut it. And we have turning signals also. This bracket used to extend all the way over to way over there and mount the front bumper off of the factory frame rail. But now all this stuff's custom. And we have turn signals. We've redone our wiring harness for the headlights. And we've also redone lots of wiring that was, you know, over in here and over in here. I think I got some pictures. I'll throw them in there for y'all so you can kind of see. We went from, you know, what I'll throw in there to that. And that. I'm hoping that's the power supply for the inside of the car for all the accessories such as like the heater, the blower motor, radio, all that good stuff. And I know I'm gonna have to do some trickery with the air conditioner to make that work, because typically it's controlled by the ECM on these fuel injected cars. This even though it's an 84 model, it was fuel injected. So it would, you know, have the throttle position sensor shut the air conditioning clutch off at a certain RPM, yada, 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 or a certain throttle percentage, I mean, not RPM. But we do have air conditioning components, you know, mounted up in here. Got our little catch can right there. That is a $20 eBay special. So what am I missing? Oh yeah, the biggest thing right here. I built the tag, and by tag, I mean, y'all see that intercooler behind there? You gotta keep in mind, this is a super sleeper build. So like it's wider than a regular tag is, but I wanted to keep it, you know, as taggy looking as possible. So I think that's probably one of my favorite features on the car so far. You know, of course, it's got the lower valence or chin spoiler that goes right up under here, and it hides this thing just perfect. It's got actually a little cutaway right here from factory to get air. I don't even know where it's at. It's around here somewhere. Oh, it's up there on top of the car, right there. Trying to think what else we've done. Got the radiator completely mounted in there, you know. That I did just have these little angle aluminum brackets hitting on this bar right here. I got to looking, it's just going to loosen itself over time, so I had some of this foam, so I just stuck it right there, and that seems to be very, very sturdy. We got all this right here back on. We've got our hood latch release ran up here. I do have a expansion tank that I've got to put somewhere right here, or a overflow tank. I mean, I'm probably gonna try to put it right in here. I've got to put the grill back on to see if I'm even gonna be able to get to it, and so on. So I think at this point we're pretty much down to sensoring this thing, wiring, and the fuel system. And I've already got to jump on the fuel system. You know, I've ordered, I think I got everything that I need to mount everything and do everything, if that makes any sense. I got relays, I got circuit breakers, I got wire, I got fuel line, I got fuel pump, I got the Holly to control it. And I mean, oh yeah, we got throttle cable done, not break it. Throttle cable and bracket done. So that's all in and ready to make noises, ready to do throttle things. And this right here, if you see, let me show you, sorry. This right here, it come with this cheesy little dadgum tube right here that was loose as I don't know what from the factory. So I just did the right thing and drilled her to a 7/16 hole and tapped a 1/4 inch in there, and got me a stainless pipe plug. I'm just gonna pop her right in there. This is all done. I've hammered me a gasket out. Yeah, they wanted like $20 for a gasket for those things, so I just grabbed some gasket material that I had laying around and made one myself. It'll probably leak, but and I'll RTV it like I thought I was gonna have to do anyways to begin with, so cross that bridge when it comes. But yeah, I think we're just getting there, guys. 100% getting there. We've got to have this thing done by, I think, October 18th. You know, that's the car show that I'm really wanting to go to. You know, I've done missed pretty much everything this year. Hot rod power tour, cruising the coast in Mississippi. Yeah, and a lot of them I don't even remember. I've missed them all though. So hopefully the last hurrah for this thing for this year will be making it to that car show and just enjoying it, hanging out with everybody, checking out everybody else's stuff, getting some good ideas to, you know, I love going to car shows because you get really good ideas. You meet smart people, you see stuff that people done certain ways and you can apply it in your build. And don't know if I'll make it to the track this year or not. I really want to, but I'm kind of up to here on this budget, you know, and set of radials is $700. I mean, that's just, ooh, and the air conditioner went out my car, in my house today. So that's a little bit of piling up. You know, air conditioners are probably ain't gonna be like, you know, 10 grand. Don't really just have that laying around. I don't think many people do. But anyway, that's enough rambling, enough talking about stuff that don't pertain to this. I'm going to end it off here, guys. Thank y'all for watching once again, and have a good one. And please, like, comment, subscribe. See y'all.